Hello everyone. Wishing you all a very pleasant evening on behalf of Digisaksham. I would like to extend my warm welcome to everyone present here. My name is Ramprasad and I am your host for today's workshop. We are all here for the workshop on data analysis using Excel, organized by Digisaksham. Digisaksham is an initiative of SEMS Group which has developed content for over 300 courses in multiple languages, which ranges from 4 hours to 6 months in various sectors like IT, BFSI, retail, entrepreneurship for all age groups from school children, youth, professionals, and senior citizens as well. Digisaksham has also conducted more than 150 webinars, 10 plus FDPS, and workshop, 7 international conferences. Digisaksham impacted more than 15,000 plus lives through various webinars, conferences, workshops, and seminars across the globe. Further moving with the topic, today's workshop on data analysis using Excel Microsoft enables Excel enables users to identify trends and organize and sort data into meaningful categories. Excel also performs human resource functions such as sorting, worked hours, and organizing employees' profile and expense, which help a business better understanding the structure and activities of their workforce. To guide us all through this topic, we have with us Mr. Tanveer Kajla. Is an engineering graduate with doctorate in tourism analytics. He worked as assistant professor with Lovely Professional University. Prior to that, he also worked as research associate under ICSSR Impress major project at Punjab University Patiala. He has published and presented paper in globally acclaimed conferences and journals. He has been instrumental delivering expert talks on subjects like business analytics, big data analytics, or Hadoop in academic institutions. His area of research includes social network analysis, sentiment analysis, Twitter and Facebook analysis, text classification. Heartily welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ram, for the lovely introduction. So I'll add some point to the introduction also that currently I am working in Nalsar University of Law, Hyderabad. So prior to that, I am working in lovely professional university, and I have worked as the research associate also in Punjabi University, Patiala, when I was doing my PhD. And the topic of that project is related to tourism and analytics, in which we did the analysis of tourism data that is present on the social media websites. So in that thing, and in my PhD, I'm using the machine learning softwares like R. But today we will be doing this Excel, the data analysis with Excel. Participants, first of all, we should understand the word data analysis. Then we'll shift to Excel, and I will show you that what are the basic things we can do with Excel, and we will do a very small analysis with the help of the pivots and with the help of the tables that we can create in Excel. But before that, we should discuss that what is this data analysis and what and how it is different from the data analytics. It is really important because most of the times when we are going to start with this analysis journey, we always confuse these two terms, right? So if we talk about this term data analytics is a process, all right, and it is very different from the data analysis. Okay, in the data analytics, what we try to do that in that process we try to fit in that how we are going to capture the data, right, and how we are going to store that capture data. After that, we are going to pre-process that data. Pre-processing means we are going to understand the anomalies that are in the data. We are going to handle the missing data that could have happened with the help of the data entry operator, or it could have happened while capturing the data, right? While talking about the data capturation or capturing the data, we today or in these times, we have different data points, we have different say data sources, and we try to capture all these sources of data, and we are going to put that thing in a single database. All right, so that is the data storage. After that, we are going to pre-process the data, and I have told you that in the pre-processing phase, what we are going to do is that we are going to handle the missing data. We are going to say just check up with the data that whether the data is in perfect order in which the analysis can be done, right? So that is the data pre-processing stage, and it is very important in the data analytics. It is very important with context to your business analytics, right? So that is very important part, the data pre-processing. And if you are going to begin your journey in this data analytics, you will be, I'm damn sure that you will be, first of all, working with a company in that position where you are going to handle the data, not to do the analysis of the data. I'll be coming to the analysis part also. But when you are going to join any company, the company will say they will put up they will put you in that position in which you are going to handle, you are going to pre-process that data. Okay, so after the pre-processing phase, after you have sorted out the data, after you have removed the various say your missing data, and you have stored that data in a perfect order so that the data is ready for the analysis. And in that thing, after the data capturing or after the data storage, then come your data analysis phase. So that is really important. I'll just write here also. The first step is your data capture. Your second step is your data storage. Your third step is pre-processing of the data, right? And your fourth thing is your data analysis. This is where we are coming, right? The data analysis. But before these things, all these things come here if you are looking for the data analytics. So this is the major difference. Is it is a kind of a subset of your data analysis in which we are going to perform different types of analysis. Okay, so that is really important. We are going to discuss this descriptive analysis. We will be discussing exploratory data analysis. That means before starting the analysis of the data, if we have to look at the data, that what this data is telling us. So that is your data, that is your EDA, your exploratory data analysis phase. Then we come to the data analysis. And when we do this data analysis, last thing is your data visualization. We are not going to focus on that part, but I'll be showing you one visualization that is very important. That will be your correlation analysis, and that is also used for your anomaly detection also. All right, so this is the thing that we are going to focus, because we already have a data with us. Okay, I'll be showing you one data set and we are going to do something, say some analysis on that data. We'll try to understand the data. We'll try to find out that whether there are any say anomalies in the data, so or the data is behaving differently from the trend that is usually occurring in that data. So all these things are really important. Okay, so that is where I just want to clarify, because most of the students when they join this MBA in IT, so they mostly consider this analytics and analysis as same thing. So that is very different. Okay, so data analytics is really different. There are some engineers who are working how to capture the data and from where we have to capture. There are engineers who are directly storing the data and they are handling the storage part. That data should be very secure, right? So that is very important when we are going for the data storage, and they are going to give the access to that data to the data analyst. So data analyst will be starting from here, your pre-processing part. So that is really important, and they are going to handle this data analysis, and they are going to tell this data visualizations also. All right, so Excel is really good at visualizations, but there are very good softwares for the visualizations, like your Power BI that you can search for, and the Tableau. So these are really good softwares for your data visualizations, and this is by the Microsoft, a very popular tool. Tableau is also very popular in the academics, right? And this is about your data analytics and data analysis. So let me show you what we are going to learn in this next 1 hour. So we will be understanding what is this data analysis. We have already discussed these first 2 points, that what is the difference between the data analytics and data analysis. And then we are going to directly jump to the descriptive statistics, from where we are going to start with this Excel part. All right, and then we will see that what we can do with this exploratory data analysis. In this, we are going to see that what is the trend, how the data is behaving, if we have any say column with us of the data, like if we have a price column with us, that how that price is behaving for the product, and what is average price for that, and how the price is deviating from this average, right? And after that, we will be looking at the use of the power pivot, sorry, not power pivots, the pivot table. And we'll see that how it is uh, how it is simple, and how it is very simple to understand and to summarize the data. And we will use some slicers also, in which we are going to understand the power of the slicers and how it is say going to drill down the data. So that we will see in the end. All right, okay then. And talking about this data, talking about this Excel is, if you have read about the information systems. So information systems is a reporting, say it is the management information system. It is a kind of a reporting tool. Reporting tool means it is very helpful to make the reports. All right. So in your reporting services, Excel is very good. The spreadsheets are really good. And if we see it from the perspective of the organizations, Excel is used for this reporting services. Excel is used for storing the data. Excel is used for analyzing the data. Excel is used to prepare the reports, and it that reports can go from one department to another, so that they can help them in deciding about the status of the products. If we talk about the marketing, the status of the people or the workforce. If we talk about the HR department, the status of the company in terms of profit, in terms of your loss, or in terms of say any other financial statements, then also Excel is very helpful. So Excel is highly used in an organizations. But yes, there are some drawbacks for the Excel also, and the drawbacks are basically that Excel is say Excel is used for your reporting. Excel is not used for the machine learning part, right? If we are going for the machine learning models, if we are going for the text analytics models, so in that thing, Excel is not used. Excel is used where we have a very sorted data with us. Excel is used where we are having a very simple data, and we have to say drill down the data, and we have to prepare some reports out of that data. And we have to, suppose we are looking for any say marketing thing. If we are working in the marketing department, we can directly look at the number of that which is the top performing salesperson we have for according to the different regions. So these kind of things Excel is good at. Although the machine learning softwares, like the languages like your Python and R, they are really good at it, and that is why they are highly in demand. Okay, so say the Excel will stay, but yes, with the coming of the complex data structures that we have, so the languages like Python and R, Julia, and the different visualization software, because Excel is not so good at the visualizations, and even the Microsoft is shifting the visualizations from your Excel to your Power BI, or your sorry, the Power BI, because it is a Microsoft product, right? So these are the things, these are the trends that are happening, and this is where we are using the data analysis, we are preparing the reports, we are analyzing the data, right? And we are checking that what this data is saying to us, what this and how this data is going to behave, what are the different trends we have. So everything we can do that with this Excel. So Excel is really good at this thing. All right. Okay then. So let's first of all start with this thing that what is this descriptive statistics? If we talk about the descriptive statistics, so it is used to summarize or describe the data. Okay, if we are looking at any data, if we are looking at the columns of the data, then we are going to uh, say say find that in the descriptive statistics, we are going to find that what is the mean value, what is the median value, what is the mode value, that are basically the measures of the central tendencies. We are going to find out the measures of the central of the dispersion, so that how the data has been dispersed, how and where the data has been concentrated, so we can get an idea that what this data is all about. Okay, so that is where we are going to see that what is this measures of central tendency, what are the measures, sorry, what are the measures of variability or the spread, or how much the data has been spread out. So these are the things that we are going to look at in the descriptive statistics. All right, so let's start with one of the data set, and let's see what this descriptive statistics is. Okay, so what we have here is that we have one file with us, the data file. Okay, let's see what are the columns, and let me describe you the columns. So we have the column name, we have the column country, we have the column items, we have a column price and unit. So what is this name? Name is basically the name of the salesperson, and this is the country in which it is selling these products. Okay, and this is the price of the product that it is selling, or the item, and this is the number of units that they are selling. So this is the data that we have. Okay, if we look at the data, let me show you. We have almost 300 entries in the data, and this is the whole data that we have. Okay, so let's understand what is the descriptive statistics here. Okay, so mostly in your descriptive statistics, what we are going to do is we are going to find that what is the average value. Okay, if we look at the column here, we cannot find the average value here, here, and here. We can directly go for the price and for the unit, because these are the numbers, right? So these are the things that we are going to do in your in your descriptive statistics. Okay, before that, see, what I have done here is I have created a table here. Okay, and I will show you how we can create a table. I'll just press here Control T. Just a minute. I think it is not visible here. Yeah. So I'll just press here Control T. Okay. And in that thing, you will get one table here. Okay. And I have named it as sale. All right. I have named it as sale. Let me show you. Let's see here. Pop up come. Suppose I have this thing. I go for this thing. Now see what it is showing us. It is showing A12 E301, and my table has headers. So these are the headers that we have. Okay, when I'll click on this thing, I will get a table here. All right, I will get this table. Let me arrange it like this. Or there are other options also that we can do. So this is the table that we have, and these are the filters. Okay, these are the filters that we have. And filters, Control Shift L, you can remove the filters. Control plus Shift plus L, you can add the filters. Okay, the shortcut to create a table is Control T. Okay, now it will not be created. So that is and that is how we are going to create the table. Okay, and let me show you the table. Now see, here it has created, here it has given the name table 10, and you can even give your own name. You can even give your own name, anything. I'll just put my name here. Okay, so this is the thing, and this is the table that we have. If I click here, if I want to find the mean of this column price in the descriptive statistics, what I will do here is I'll press here average. I'll directly type the name of the table that I have. This is the table, and square bracket. These are the columns that I have. I'll check this column and tab and close this thing, and this is going to give me the average price. So this is the average price that we have when we have sold the products. Okay, so let's go to this descriptive statistics. Okay, now let's create this table. How we can create it? Let me show you. I'll put here parameters for descriptive statistics, where we are going to see that what are the central tendencies and what is the spread that we have, and price column. Okay, so let's type here mean. Let me copy here. Let's copy this thing and put here. Okay, now let's find the price of that column. Mean is basically the average. Now, first of all, understand what is this average and what is the utility of the average. Average is when you are going to represent your data with a single number. That is the average. Okay, I'll give you one example. If I say to you that what is the performance of the class, okay, if I tell you, if suppose you are the class monitor or you are the class representative, and I have taken one test of the statistics, and I have asked you that what are the marks, okay, and what is the performance of the class, okay. So what you cannot go for that the student is getting this number, the student is getting these numbers, these students are getting these numbers. So that is not going to represent that thing, my open-ended question that what is the performance of the class. But if you say that average marks of the students are 60%, so I can get an idea that okay, so most of the students are getting the 60% of the marks. So this is the utility of the average. You are representing your data set, you are representing your data with a single number. All right, so this is about the average. So let's find out the average tab. What I'm doing here is I'll just explain you which buttons I'm using, because when you are going to start with the Excel, you will mostly press the enter here. So that is different. Okay. So what we are going to do here is we are going to apply one formula. We will start with the equal to, and what is the formula here? Average tab, and let's give here the data. Okay, so the table that we have is sale, square bracket. I will press this price. Okay, tab, square bracket close, and bracket close. Okay, so this is about your mean. So that is the average price of the units that has been sold. Okay, so this is the average sales that has been done. So if we are talking about the median, median is basically the positional average. It is going to rank your data in your increasing or decreasing order, and it is directly going to find out the middle value. If we go for the median, same thing we have to do, sale, and go for this thing, sale and square bracket, price, square bracket close, and this thing. So this is how we are going to calculate the median. And if we are going to calculate the mode, so what we are going to do is, so mode is mode, go for this thing. Mode is the highest occurring value. Okay, mode is the highest occurring value. So let's see what this mode is. Mode and sale. Okay, let's find it for the units. Let's find it. I'll tell you. Let's see how many units has been sold. How many? Most of the units has been sold. Sale and this, and let's pick up the unit brackets close and this thing. So these are most of the times the salesperson has sold 75 units. Okay, so average units that has been sold by the salesperson is most of the time it is 75. Okay, and minimum value, if we are going to find min, your value again, you are going for the sale and square brackets. Let's pick up the price here and close it. So this is your minimum value and maximum prices, maximum sales is max, and your sale and your square brackets price. All right, and close. And the range is basically your maximum value minus your minimum value. That is basically going to tell you the spread of your data. All right, so there are different measures of dispersion also. Different measures of dispersion are basically your skewness, kurtosis, and your range and standard deviation. We are not going into that detail. I just want to show you that whenever we are going to start with the data, we are going to understand what this data is all about. Now I am going to have an idea here that this is the average sales that has been done. This is the data. This is the range that it has been lying. This is the average number of units that the data is selling. So all these things are we are going to understand here. Okay, so this is the thing that we have, and let me show you here. And we have here the data also. And in the data analysis, you can also go for the descriptive statistics here also. Okay, so this is the first step when we are going to start with our data. All right, so let's close this thing. So this is how we are going to manually found the data. Okay, and if you want to see that what are the different countries in which we are and in which the products of a company are going to be sold, so that we can easily check here with the unique function, unique, and again we are going to do that sale, and here we are going to give the country here. Let's close it. These are the countries that we have, okay, in which we are selling our products. Now see, here it is very difficult to find that how many countries we are having from this, only from the 300 entries in the actual data that organizations are using. In that thing, there are almost 10,000 or 20,000 rows and columns. All right, so here we can find that what are the unique values that we have. All right, that means the unique countries in which we are selling the data here. India, Australia, India, the India is repeating here. We are directly finding the unique values. All right, so this is how we can find the unique values if we want to see that how many products that we have. Okay, what is the product range of our company. All right, so let's see that. I'll go for this thing equal to and unique. Okay, unique, then again sale table, this thing, items that I have, bracket close, and again. So these are the list of the products that we have. Okay, let's count how many products that we have. What I will do here is I will put here count a bracket and this thing. So these are the total number of products that I have. Okay, these are the total number of unique products that I have that my company is selling. Okay, so that is the portfolio of the products, and these are the number of products. These are the 22 products that we have. So in this way, we can see that what this data is going to describe us. Okay, we are just understanding the data. All right, so this is the first step that we have when we are going to do with the we are going to start with the analysis of the data. Let's go with the exploratory data analysis. Now what is this exploratory data analysis? Let me show you the PPT. Okay, now I'll read it for you. Exploratory data analysis refers to the critical process of performing initial investigations on the data so as to discover the patterns, to spot anomalies, okay, to test the hypothesis, and to check the assumptions with the help of the summary statistics and graphical representation. That is, do not go for each and everything in the definition, just try to understand that before we are going to do the analysis of the data, we are going to explore that data, that what are the different trends that we have. Okay, that how many values are above the average, how many values are below the average. So in this way, we are going to understand that what could be the trend. So we can represent that trend with the help of the conditional formatting. That means we are going to apply some conditions on that data, and we are going to understand what that how that data is going to behave. All right. So let's go to that again. Your Excel. Yeah. Okay. So this is the thing that we have, the Excel file. Okay. And let's pick up the first column, that is your price. Let's see what is the average price for a product. Let's understand that. Okay. What is the average price of a product that has been sold? Or let's see that in terms of the sales also we can see. So let's see. When I'm going to check this thing, just yeah. So when I'm going to see this thing here, I'll just pick up the price here and I'll go for the conditional formatting. I'll go for the color scales. I'll just pick up one color here. Okay. Now see, green is for the highest one. Okay. Green is for the highest one, and the shade is going little lighter here, right? And it is going towards red here. So this is how we can check the thing. Now see, if we do it like this, so we can check here that how this color is changing here. Okay, how this, and we can see that there are some values that are very low, there are some values that are very high. Okay, so that is the thing that we have here. And what we can check here is that what are the top 10 entries, let's say. What are the top 10 items that I have? Okay, or we can say that what is the average, what are the items that are having the above average. So in this way we can get all the items that are having the average price. Let's clear the conditioning here. First of all, let's clear the rule. Now let's find here that what are the entries that are above average. So we are putting here one rule, that fill it with red with dark red text. Now see, so these are the entries that are above average, these are the entries that are below average. Okay, so this is the thing, this is the average price 4136, and this is above average, that is 4137. Okay, all these entries are above average and all these entries are below average. Okay, so we can get an idea that how many data entries are above the average, how many data entries are below the average before doing the analysis of the data. Okay, because analysis will be done with the help of the price in units only. All right, so I think this is clear to you. And if we are, let's apply one more thing with the conditional formatting, that is your data bar. If I go for this thing, let's go for this. Yeah. So data bars are very helpful. Data bars are kind of an indicator, like your fuel indicator. This is the full and this is the half. This is the highest and this is the lowest. If we go for this thing, this is the highest amount of units that has been sold, 504. If we look at this thing, okay, and we can even arrange that thing. Let's see, just yeah. So even that thing can be arranged also if you want to, right? It can be arranged from this thing, your highest to lowest also. Even you can apply the filters here also. And even the filters can be applied. Okay, even you can arrange from this largest to lowest. Now see, you can get an idea before doing the analysis that how this data is going to behave. Okay, so it is very helpful when you are going to start with the analysis of the data. It is really helpful. So how you can apply the filters and remove the filters? It is the shortcut here is Control plus Shift, sorry, plus L. So this is the shortcut for that. Okay, so this is how you can apply the filter on the tables, and you can remove the filters from the tables. Okay, Control Shift L. Now the filters has been removed. Okay, so these are some of the things in the exploratory data analysis that we try to do. So let's first stick on to this thing, that what is this exploratory data analysis? Okay, and we have used here what is this conditional formatting, and what we have done here is that we have seen that how this price is going to behave, what is the average value, and how many values are there which are above the average, how many values are there which are below the average, what are the top 10 entries that we have. So that can be seen if you are going to arrange it with this thing. If you go for this from largest to smallest, you can get an idea that what are the top 10 entries that you have, what are the entries that are below that. So everything can be seen here before doing the analysis of the data, so that you can get an idea that what this data is all about. Okay, so these are the top 10 entries that we have. In the same way, you can even see that what are the top what are the top who are the top 10% who are selling the units also, so that can also be seen. Okay, so this is about your EDA. Now let's do a small analysis. Like, we are going to find out that what is the sales that has been done according to the country. Okay, we know that we have 5 countries in the descriptive statistics. We have seen that we have one, two, three, four, sorry, the 6 countries we have, and we have the product range, that is 22. In the descriptive statistics, we got an idea that yes, we have the 5 countries in which we are selling the product. But let's find out what is the sales that we are doing in a country. So let's go ahead. Let's start with this thing. Now, let's first of all put here the country. Let me do here country. Here we put here sales, and here we put the units, the number of units that we are selling. Okay, units sold, sales, total sales. We are also going to do that with your pivots also. So that is very easy and very interesting. We will also add the slicers also. So let's do that. Let's put here first of all the countries that we have. So we already know we have 6 countries here. How we can put that? Let's go to unique sale brackets country. Let's close it. So these are the different countries that we got. Okay, now see, these are the different countries. Now let's see what is the formula for that. We are using here some with some conditions, so that is very important. Some ifs we are using, and what we are, so we are taking up the price here, and we are checking that what is the sale that has been done according to that country, and we are referring to this country. Okay, we basically, this thing we are referring to this table. The country has been referred, the price has been referred here, and what we are doing here is we are referring to this cell to calculate this thing. Okay, so that is where the C5 is coming. Okay, so this is a basic of the formula. So let's start with it. What we are going to do here is sum if. Let's put here sale. Okay, and what we are going to put here is the price. Okay, so square bracket, we put here price compared with let's find out the price from that country. So let's go to that column country bracket country. Okay, bracket close, and let's refer to which country now we want. Let's get it here, India, H5, and let's close it. So this is the total number of sales that we have done. Let's drag it down, and these are the total number of sales that we have done. So even that can be same, can be done for the unit sold also. Okay, now let's improve this thing a little. What we can do here is let's put up here currency. Let's go for the currency here. Let's remove this. So these are the sales that we have done. Okay, in the same way we can also go for the units also. So let's improve this table also. Let's make it a table. H4H, sorry, let's go for the table design here. And we can even say put here designs, like we can put here this thing, your headers, we can do it as bold, we can put it like this thing, and we can go for this thing, and let's put here a very lighter shade. So in this way you can improve the tables also. Okay, now let's do that thing with the pivots. All right. So let's come to this pivots. Okay. Let's create this thing. So same thing like countries we have. This is the total number of sales we have done. This is the total number of units that we have sold. Okay. And this is a slicer. Okay. Now what is the use of slicer? If I click here, now see, Brian Bose has done the sales in UK. Okay, so this is the total value and this is the total number of units it has sold. So this can be easily done with a pivot. Now let's do that. So the last part here. Now let's insert a pivot table. Okay, now put here sale and click this thing. Now see, this is the pivot that we have. Okay, this is the pivot. Now let's add the country here to the rows and price to the value. Now see, easily we are getting everything here. Okay, and the units that we are going to sell, let's put here the units also. Okay, so in this way we can easily create a pivot, and you can also put here as country, you can put here as total sales, you can put here as total units sold. Okay, all right, so this is how we can directly form that. Here it is little difficult, we are going to apply the formula, but in the pivots, see how it is easy. So this pivot table is basically when you are going to summarize the data. Pivot table is mostly used for summarizing the data, or to and to get the trends out of that data. Okay, so now we have that our this thing, our company is selling this much of products. Okay, and this much of units. Okay, for the total number of units in that country, in the India. If we arrange that thing, let's see, we can apply the filter here, largest to smallest. Sorry, this is the total sales that, let's sort it out. Yeah, so this is the total number of sales that we have done, right? And let's put it here in the currency, and okay, the same thing that we have done. All right. So this is the sales that we have done. We can even remove the grand total if you want to. And if you want to add this bars also, we have seen that how we can do that in the conditional formatting. Okay, in the conditional formatting, it can be done. I'll just show you how we can do that. I'll just pick up the price again. I'll just put up here price. Okay, and I'll bring it down to this thing down. Yeah. Now see, what we are going to do here is go to the conditional formatting, manage rules. Okay, sorry, new rule here. So these are the things from here we can, actually the screen is not so much visible to me. Yeah, so these are the things where you can even change the colors also, and let's put here this and apply. So these are the things like the bars can be even made. So but try this thing how I have created that. We can directly remove the numbers here. Okay, if you go for this manage rules, even in this thing you will get here the rules also. Actually it is not coming here right now because there are some changes in this table, but yes, the bars can be made, like go for this data bars and go for this thing. Sorry, let's remove the conditioning here first of all. Selected cells, go for conditional data bars, pick up this thing. So these are the bars that we have. Just try to manage the rules, edit rules. show bar here. Okay, now it will not show the numbers. Okay, now see, let's apply this thing. Okay, and let's replace it with some spaces and just put here so that we can get an idea how it is behaving, how the data is. We do not have to look at the numbers when we are just checking at the bars, and we can even lighter the units also if you want to, so that and these things can be moved also. But yes, there is some other option in which we can remove this thing, grand totals of yeah. So in this way you can get the pivots. Okay, so you understand that what is the importance of pivots, how we have summarized the data for the different countries, right? And now if I want to see that who is the who which salesperson is selling how much units, okay, in which country. So how we can do that? We have to put the slicer here. Now we have to put the slicer here. Now let's see how we can put the slicer. Let's go to the salesperson. Let's right click it, add a slicer, just that. So this is the slicer that we have. Okay, this is the slicer. If you go to slicer here, you have the two columns and you can just drag it down here, and this way this thing is done. Now if I click here on this thing, say Ram Mahesh, let's, so it is Ram Mahesh is selling these much of he's doing these much of sales in USA, and this much of units it is he is selling. So you can do different types of analysis. It depends on how what kind of pivots you are going to make, what kind of data you have. Okay, so this is about the power pivot. So what we have done here is in this session, let me show you. So we have understand that what is the difference between your data analytics and data analysis, right? And before doing the data analysis, what we try to do, we try to understand that what this data is all about, what kind of unique entries we are going to have, so that we can have a look at the data. We can understand the data before doing the analysis of the data. And after that, we have done a very small analysis with the help of the pivots and with the help of the simple formula, the SUMIF formula. And we have found that according to the regions, how our country is selling, how the selling has been done. After that, we have also found that which salesperson is selling what amount of product, so that we can check their performance. We can check their performance according to the regions, according to the units sold, according to the number of sales that they are doing. Okay, so this is all from my side.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. This is so informative and incredible session, sir.
Thank you, thank you. So we have any doubts or anything anybody wants to
Yes,
ask?
sir. Now it's time for the question and answers round. What will we do if there are no errors?
If there are, okay, the question is what will we do if there are errors? Okay, yes, see, that is basically when we are going to do the pre-processing part. So I have explained to you that there are some missing values. So the missing values that there are various packages. Actually, I do that thing in R and Python. So there are various packages for that, and they directly replace it with the mean value. So what you can do is you can find the mean of that, and you can replace it with your mean value, the missing data. Or the second approach is you can directly replace the missing values or the missed cells with the by looking at the trend of the data series. You can replace it with the next value or the previous value. So that is the second approach. Third approach is you just directly delete that row from the data if it is really difficult to replace the missing values or the missing cell. Okay.
Yes, sir. And
Yeah.
here is another question.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Can you please give some overview about HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP?
Okay. Actually, lookups are mostly used where we want to see any data. Okay, and we basically we want to see the corresponding data to the cell that we are referring to. Suppose you are referring to any country, and everything related to that country should be shown to you. So that is basically used with the help of the lookup functions. Now there are a lot of other functions that are replacing the lookups also. And if you look at some of the books, they have been replacing this lookup functions with some other functions also. So, but I haven't seen that what are these functions. But yes, the lookup is very helpful when we want to see the values that are corresponding to the particular values that you are searching for that. Okay. Okay. Can we have a list of shortcuts for us to learn in using the Microsoft Excel? Shortcuts basically when you try to practice. So try to find the shortcuts on the Google. Yeah. Or you can refer to any book, but try to find out the shortcuts side by side when you are going for something for some analysis or doing some operations on the Excel. And Krishna Singha has also said that can we program Excel data? Programs can be done with the help of the macros. Actually, where I am teaching in Nalsar University of Law, Hyderabad. So we have divided the Excel course into two parts. One is the basic Excel, in which we are going to explain each and every operation, the formulas, the lookups, everything in Excel. The second part is directly related to the macros, in which we are trying to program the repetitive tasks. So that is where we are recording the macros. So that is a separate course we have for the macros. So your question is that can we program Excel data? So yes, you can program Excel data with the help of the macros. That can be done. The repetitive task that can be done. But if you think about the coding part, that will be done in R and Python. I'll just type here also. But yes, the coding part, if we are referring to the programming, if we are referring programming to the coding, so that is done with the R and Python. Otherwise, simple programming can be done in Excel also. Okay, how to get a part-time and online job in data analysis? It is difficult, but I prefer that you go for this thing, your campus placements, or you do some certification courses, so that can be done to get a job. But yes, again, you should do some of the project. That is really important. Try to apply in the projects. Like in India, what we have is that we have various project openings in which we have a position for the research associate, like I have worked in. We have research assistants, we have programmers. So when you try to work in that, you get a feel of the academics also, like how we are going to work in academics, and you will get a practical experience, because in the end you have to implement that thing in your project. So that is where you can start with building a profile for the online job. Something on interlinking sheets in Excel, that is basically what we have done. We have created a table, and we have interlinked the sheets. Otherwise, you can do it with the exclamation mark. Try to search it with the exclamation, but I prefer the table part. Directly create a table with Control T, and you can refer it to any cell in any sheet. That is basically where we are interlinking the sheet in this session. Otherwise, there are different scenarios in which we interlink the sheet. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining in this session and
Thank
enlightening us. It was indeed an incredible session and as well as informative, so informative also.
Thank you.